Hi, welcome to NDI Dad. This is the NDI boy. Say hi, NDI boy.
Hi.
Today we're going to make Subway buns, Subway-like buns, and he's going to help me. All right. First, we're going to start it with 2.5 cups of flour. I mentioned in another video that I weigh my ingredients, some of my ingredients, the dry ingredients. I use this little handy dandy kitchen scale. I think it cost me $10 at Superstore or something. But I've been weighing it. So 2.5 cups of flour weighs 325 grams. All right. So you want to dump that in there nice and slow. And dump that into our kitchen mixer. Okay. So first off, what we do is we start with the dry ingredients. Flour. Then we're going to do sugar.
Again?
So we're going to take 2 scoops of this. I'm going to take this scoop. Whoops. I'm going to take 2 scoops of it.
Like that?
Yep, put that in there. So that's 2 tablespoons of sugar. Yep, put one more in. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Yep, pour it all in there. Okay. Give it a little tap. All right, put it down. Okay, this recipe originally calls for 1.5 teaspoons of salt. But this little guy here can't have salt. So we just eliminate it. We take it out of the equation. So he doesn't get sick. And it's that easy, just take it out. If you want to reduce that amount of sugar, you can reduce that amount of sugar if you want to. You can go down to a tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to do oil. I'm going to do oil. I'm going to do the oil. Oh, sorry. Not oil yet. Jumping ahead of myself. Okay, so that's the dry ingredients. Basically, you got the flour and the sugar. We got a bread dough hook. Bread dough hook. And we're just going to stir it up. You want to help me stir it up? Okay. We're just going to stir it. The reason why you stir it, okay, that's good enough. Just a little stir. The reason why you stir it is we're going to put in our yeast.
Yeast.
Now, the yeast reacts with sugar and salt. So you either need sugar or salt in the recipe to react with the yeast. You can make it without the sugar or salt, but it just doesn't rise as much. One thing I'm going to show you is if you're wondering about getting ingredients. You can see that. Whoa, it's a little bright right there. But on your ingredients here, it says per 1/4 teaspoon, there's 0.9 grams of yeast. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our scale with our thing on it, zeroed out. And this recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of this. So 0.9. I'm going to put in 2 grams because this is almost empty. You can see there's almost nothing in there. See that? Almost nothing in there. Yeah. So we're going to use 2 grams because as your yeast gets older, you're going to have to use a little bit more. So we're going to pour that in.
It's like pouring like soup.
And we got a little bit too much.
It's like pouring like soup, Dad.
That's right. Whoa. I took too much out now.
It's not insane.
Yeah.
Soup is not insane.
Put a little bit more in.
How's this soup's not insane?
2 grams. You can use your teaspoon if you like. Again, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty down here on this. It's hard to reach in there. It's hard to get a full teaspoon. So I'll just weigh it. And we'll dump it in. You want to dump it in? Dumpa. Give it a nice little tap. Okay. And again, now once you get that in there, you're going to stir it with the hook. To mix it all up. That way there it gets blended, mixed up, and makes it all good, right?
Mixed up.
So then we're going to have 1 cup of warm water. So I'm going to grab a cup of warm water while he's stirring. All right. We got our 1 cup of water. 1 cup of water. You want to see that on that side? Okay, you're all done stirring there, Connor. Oh, don't tap that off. All right, put it there. Now, before we put this in there, we're gonna put, before we put this in there, we're gonna bind all the wet ingredients into this 1 container. So this takes 4 tablespoons of oil. Back up, Connor, please, so that they can see in the video. So I'm gonna just put that in with the water. 1, 2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
Now we put it in.
Exactly. Yep, now you can pour it in, nice and gentle. Nice. Nope. There we go. That's okay, don't worry about that. Move your arm, move your arm, move your arm so you see in the video. You can't be in the way. All right, we spilled the tad bit there, so I'm gonna need a splash more water.
That was a mistake, Dad.
Yeah, that was a mistake, but that's okay. So we put the bread hook on.
They took on, and now all we gotta stir it.
Yeah, we're gonna stir it. That's right, Connor. I'm gonna make sure you lock it. That's your lock. And on this side, we got our controls. So we're gonna put it on the lowest setting and let it stir. So here we are. This has been mixing for a couple minutes now. It's still kind of blending in. You can see it there. It's gonna get really sticky. And it's gonna stick to the sides. Now, what we need to do is we need to watch this and make sure that we get the right consistency.
Oh,
Right,
it
Connor?
just got the whole thing.
Yes.
It definitely got a whole thing.
So now, it's getting there, but it's still sticking.
Yeah.
See that? It's sticking really good to the sides. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start adding flour.
Flour? What's
Start
flour?
adding flour. Flour is this white stuff right here.
Oh.
We're gonna add it. It's really, really sticky there.
And
So we're gonna add it.
it's definitely really sticky. It's like a slimy thing.
Check.
It's like a slimy monster.
We're gonna add half a tablespoon of
It's
flour.
like
flour.
a monster.
How's it going?
It's like a monster.
Yes, okay. We're gonna keep on adding the flour until that turns
Keep
out
going.
where it's sticking on the bottom, but not sticking to the side. Keep on it. It'll help it. We're gonna wait and let that go through. So it's another tablespoon.
Still getting sticky. It doesn't start getting sticky.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely. No.
Really sticking to the bottom.
Spatula. What's a spatula?
Spatula is just something you scrape with, kind of. And we want it to be a plastic, so we don't want to scrape the side. And you don't want anything too thick, because then it will grab, the bread hook will grab it. So we're just going to scrape the sides down. Shake them. See how it's sticking to the bottom? See how it's sticking to the bottom, Connor? Not the side? That's almost the consistency you want. That's a little bit too sticky. So we're going to add 1 more teaspoon or tablespoon. All right, Connor? Okay, so 1 more half a tablespoon. See how that works out. It's looking a little better now. It's flying around.
It's like
Got this tail.
It's like a tornado.
Yeah.
Now like
That's
a
almost the
tornado.
consistency you want. So then we're going to turn it up.
Turn it
Number
up.
1, or 2. And we're going to let that mix for about 8 minutes.
8 minutes, like a
All right, we got about a minute left here before I'm going to stop this. Just one thing to mention, this bread is going to be sticky because it is stuck to the bottom and sticky to the bottom. It kind of tells you that it's sticky bread. One tip I learned, some people say, you know, put oil on your hands, spray your hands with Pam, whatever. One tip, take a little thing of water, and you just dip your hands in the water, you get your hands wet. It'll help not stick to bread. You still may stick, but we'll see how it goes. All right, Connor's gonna help me out with this part. Right, Connor? Yeah?
With that?
Yeah. All right, so it has been about 8 minutes since we
8 minutes.
turned it up to speed. So we're gonna stop it, unlock it, open it up.
It's sticky.
And it is really sticky. That's right, Connor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our hands right in this water and get our hands wet. Okay? And then we clean off the mixer. Get all the bread, get all of it into the pan there, Connor. Scrape it down. Scrape it down right in the pan. And if it starts to stick, like it's starting to stick in my hands, you just put your hand back in the water. Get a little bit more water in your hands. Okay? Okay, Connor, watch out. I'm gonna clean off this paddle. How you get sticky fingers, buddy? Clean off the paddle. And then we're gonna take this bread or this dough ball out. Okay, that's enough water in your hands now, buddy. I know you're playing. It's alright. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Hard to see. But we're gonna take this bread ball out. Dough ball out. And we're gonna put it on a clean surface.
That one.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip it into flour first and spread some flour out so it doesn't stick to that surface. And it can clean out some of this dough.
After that, we can walk the video and meat.
Yes, maybe. We're just gonna clean a little bit more of this out. All right. Yeah. Now we got it on its surface. Now we got to make it less sticky. All right. So we got it on the flat surface.
Flat surface.
What we need to do is we need to take some of this flour, sprinkle it on top.
Okay.
Not a lot. Sprinkle it on top. Okay, Connor? That's enough?
Yeah.
Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands. We're just going to
push
that into it. Push that into it and try to make it not sticky. Okay? Okay, that's enough. Now we're going to grab it from the top and flip it over. You flip it over. Oh, there you go. Oh, you got some stuck to you. All right. You got stuck to us all over us. Yeah, put it on there. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, let's find a sticky spot for it right there. Okay, and then again, sprinkle some flour over top of it. And we're going to pat it into it. Yeah, pat it into it. All right. Then what we're going to do, because that should be fairly non-sticky. No, we're going to take it, Connor. We're just going to take it in the edge, dip it in the flour for that edge, dip it in the flour for that edge, and we're just going to kind of knead it into it. Okay, so to knead, basically kind of what we do is we're going to take this edge, the front edge, fold it up into that one, and push it down. If it feels sticky, we're going to watch your fingers. We're going to put some flour on top of there. Pat it into it. Basically, you just want to make it a smooth dough now. Okay. You don't want to knead it, over knead it. It's already been kneading for 8 minutes in the mixer. So
it's like making a pizza.
Exactly. We're just trying to make it not sticky.
I'm making peanut butter.
And then we just make it into a ball.
I'm gonna do it to make it in a ball.
Okay, you make it into a ball. Well, I show them the next step. Usually what I do is I'd go back right into this bowl, but I'm going to continue baking. I'm going to make some bread right after this. So I'm going to continue baking, continue making bread in there. So I'm going to take this other stainless steel bowl, got from the dollar store. I'm just going to spray it with my cooking spray. Quick spray so it doesn't stick. You got
Yep,
the ball
now
done?
it's a ball. Because
All
I
right.
rolled it and
Put the ball in there. That's simple.
Not simple. It smells good, Dad.
That's good. Oh, there's some fun over that.
And when it ever rolls, I will keep watching it when it rolls.
Yeah. Then you take some shrink wrap.
Shit.
You cover. Careful, don't touch that. Don't touch it yet. Don't touch it yet. And we're gonna stretch it. Cover it.
Cover it, you mean?
We're gonna make sure it's sealed up
Nobody touched it?
so that it seals in moisture.
But when Taylor,
We're gonna take a tea towel,
when Taylor,
cover it up so it prevents light. I'm gonna set that aside. Continue baking other stuff, then we'll come back to this.
Daddy, when
See you in a few minutes.
Taylor,
All right, the sub dough is done. I knocked it down already. That's that part. All you do is just kind of push it down. Push it down, fold it around. We're gonna take it out, put it on here. You get it? And I'm gonna cut it into 4 equal pieces. I'm gonna try this way. This way. And I'm gonna use my scale and measure. There was 140 in that one. 170 in that one. 180 that one. 162. So we'll try doing maybe about 160. I'm gonna cut a little bit more off this one. That one's 158. 160. 170. Just shave that one down a little bit. 160. Can divide that randomly between the other 3. 2, 3. There we go. Now we got 4 even, equal dough balls. Make them into little dough balls first. Just kind of mix them all together. And mix this one together. Oh, maybe the ball fell out. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make these ones into a roll. Whoa. Count that. I did good. What we're gonna do is roll them out into long rolls, and we're gonna put them on this sheet with parchment paper on it. Basically, what I'm gonna do, I want to make it about 8, 9 inches, or 9 to 10 inches long. So this pan, the pan I have is a 17 by 11. So I know going this way is 11 inches. So we do about 1 inch on each end. That's about 9, 10 inches. We're just going to roll it up, make it into little strips, put them on, and that's not long enough. So we'll roll it out more, stretch it out. Just by rolling it between your hands and let it dangle, and then slowly move your hands up and make it longer. And you go the other way, the other direction. Put that on there. That's about the right length. Maybe a little short, but that's about the right length. But if you notice, this end here is a little thinner, so I'm going to try to even it out a little bit. So that's the length we're looking for. I'm going to try shoving dough from the middle to here. And then we're going to stretch it out a little bit more. Let me just put that back up there. I'm going to do that with all four of them. Then we have the length. Squeeze out some air bubble there. That's definitely too skinny there on that end, so we're going to push it together. Roll it out. Roll it up between my fingers. Switch sides. They're going to be really skinny. They're going to be about maybe 1.5 inches thick. But they will grow in size greatly. I'm going to put about 2 inches between. I'm trying to do this in the pan up here where you guys can't see, but now I'll bring it down so now they got some room. I'll bring it down. Here we have it in the pan. It's kind of on there. And the last two, same thing. Holding up between my fingers, my hands. Turn it over. Roll it. Turn it over again. Just going to keep doing this so it's about, like I said, 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches thick. And we should have the right length. We're going to shrink up a little bit at first, but then they'll start to grow once they get going. So yeah, here we go. Got an air bubble in here. Already heard it. So yeah. Pushing down in between the fingers, roll it out, turn it over. Do the same thing again. Try to keep that almost the same consistency, same thickness all the way through it. Bring it on the pan. Again, I don't think I mentioned before, the dough rose for just about half an hour before we did this step. Yeah, we're gonna make sure they're nicely formed here. There we go. Then we're just going to cover that with a tea towel, or actually, we're going to cover it with a little bit of foil, or the shrink wrap. Just to kind of, not really, you don't have to like seal it or anything, just cover it with that. Cover it with a tea towel again. But that's it for an hour. Let them rise. They should double and almost resemble sub buns by the time they're done. All right, here's our sub buns. Let's get a better look at them. There they are, all laid out. All right, here we are. Our sub buns are risen. I'm gonna take this foil off them or the plastic off them as gently as possible. There, I got them all off. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little variety to these. I'm going to leave 2 of them just regular. For the other ones, I'm going to take some oil, a brush. Oh, my brush won't fit in there. Haha. A little bit of oil in my dish. Just a little tad. Take that oil, tip it in the brush, bring it over here, these last 2. I'm going to lightly, ever so lightly, brush them with oil. Let me bring that closer. Ever so gently brush them with oil. just to get them covered enough to make them sticky. To make it sticky. Because I'm going to make these ones flavored. These are 2 in the end. Not too much flavoring, but make one an Italian herb and cheese. And one's going to be a sesame. Ever so gently done. Alright. I'm going to take Italian seasoning. Okay, I had to shut you off so I could get the bags open. Take it by the pinches. Sprinkle it over it a little bit. You don't want to be too much on there. You don't want to be overpowering, but you don't want to be too little if you're going to make it Italian herb. That's what makes it Italian herb and cheese. This and what is what makes it cheese part. So we're going to sprinkle on some Parmesan. It'll come out. Here it comes. Italian herb and cheese. There we have it. The other one, I'm making a sesame seed. Oh, I don't know if you got that. I think I went a little bit off my camera. We're going to make a sesame seed. I'm going to sprinkle some sesame seeds on it. This is the sesame. I don't know what else they have there. There's some type of sesame. Something in sesame, I think. That's it. You can make them whatever you want. You can do different varieties. Whatever you want. And I'm just going to take them over. But you do that just before you put them in the oven. I'm going to put them in the oven. It's been preheated at 350. And I believe I need to double check. I need to double check my book. 25 minutes. We'll set the timer. 25 minutes. And we'll see how they are when they're done. So here we have it. The timer's done. I'll take them out of the oven. And there we have sub buns. One thing I noticed is that they're really wide. What I would have done probably is stretch them out a little more, made them a little thinner, make them a little longer, get long. But they are good, well, I say 7-8 inches. 7-8 inches long. There you are. You got the regular tube. You got sesame seed. You got Italian herb and cheese. It's that simple. See y'all later, and keep on watching. Hope you like it. If you do like it, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.